Ilia Topuria says that because he vacated his featherweight title, the UFC promised him a lightweight title shot. Last night, Topuria told reporters the UFC promised me I'd fight for the belt. That's why I vacated it, and they've always kept their promise. Alex Pereira was in attendance last night at UFC Mexico. Brandon Moreno defeated Steve Erceg via unanimous decision, breaking the curse and securing his first career victory in Mexico City. Following the fight, Moreno praised Erceg's performance and admitted that he struggled to close the distance due to Erceg's effective counter-striking.
Man, I was waiting for this moment so long. My first fight in Mexico was 2017, you know, and I was so close to say Viva Mexico in front of my people. It was a few years, but finally I did it, and this feels amazing. Nothing like it was so special to me. I mean, I feel always the support of my country. You know, every single time the people from Mexico are supporting me so much, and today I knew it. I'm gonna be the guy with the victory tonight, and I did it, and I feel so glad to give them all these how you say, like, happiness in their lives. Yeah, man, I feel so focused right now. Like, so I was saying this in Fight Week, you know, in other interviews. Like, I felt so frustrated in the past because I wasn't able to connect all my experience in the fight. You know, something good happened. Then finally I can like connect all these little cables and put all the work of the past together right now. Yeah, I mean, I have all the respect for Steve. I mean, he always was a huge gentleman during Fight Week, even before, amazing person, and he's a dangerous guy, you know? That's why I wasn't able to close too much the distance, because he's really good with the counter. So I was very careful with the cross, I was really careful with the hooks. So I tried to be very smart, but at the same time, put all the pressure and be aggressive. So I tried to mix it up a little bit. At the end, we went to the 5th round, but I mean, I got the result. And this fight definitely is gonna be special.
Merab Dvalishvili grapples with Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson.
Shoot this way if you can.
Drew Dober suffered a TKO loss in the first round to Manuel Torres last night. With this defeat, Dober has won just 1 out of his last 5 fights. He released a statement on the loss saying, "Well, that sucked. A beautifully timed 1-2 by Manuel Torres. There's not much to go off other than, unfortunately, stepping in front of the rear hand of a long power puncher. As much as I love Mexico City, it's given me 2 of my most embarrassing losses of my career. But the food and the people are still the best. I'm happy and healthy and excited to be a stay-at-home dad for a while." Manuel Torres stated that while he managed to finish Drew Dober in under 2 minutes, the fight was not easy.
It didn't feel easy, for sure. When you're on the cage, nothing is easy, but thankfully I finished with the W. Well, yeah, in a way, it crossed my mind to finish the fight early, but also it crossed my mind to go to the card, so I prepared like it was a war.
Despite securing a unanimous decision victory over Vince Morales, Raul Rosas Jr. explains why he's not satisfied with his performance. Nevertheless, he remains hopeful that this win will bring him closer to his ultimate goal of earning a bantamweight title shot.
even more special because I got to do it in front of my family, and it takes me to a step closer to my ultimate goal. But being honest, I'm not satisfied because I would have liked to finish the fight, but I'm fighting these tougher people now, this more experienced guys, so I'm just gonna learn how to manage that, because next one and my next fights, I wanna be able to pull away with the finish. Yeah, I feel unstoppable, and more experience every time I step back in the cage. So I'm just getting tougher, wiser, and more experienced. So I'm just glad. I feel great, you know. All the Mexican people showing love, showing support, and I'm glad that they enjoy watching me fight.
Sean Brady no longer seems to be interested in fighting Kamaru Usman. He reveals that he has DM'd Usman in the past and received no response. However, now that he beat Leon Edwards, Usman is interested. Brady also addresses Colby Covington, recently calling him an easy matchup. He says he would kill Colby.
I was trying to get the Usman fight for months. DM'd him, hit him up. Now he's like, man, me and Brady should fight for the #1 contender. I'm like, oh, should we? I just beat the guy who beat you twice.
Colby Covington?
Yo,
I'm like, where are these guys coming from now?
Same thing with him. He's this high-level wrestler. I'm like, bro, Leon took you down multiple times. Beat the to you.
Colby don't realize his time is fast.
You see what I just did to Leon? Like, what would I do to you, bro? Like, I would kill him. He's getting.
I think it's we always say.
He's not even getting anyone in the top 10. Dude, he's might not even have a job.
Yeah.
When's the last time that dude won a fight? He sucks.
You stink.
Colby, you're a
stink. Nobody gave no shot.
How you get punched on by Masvidal in public and go sue him? You're a pro fighter. You're a.
Paul Craig revealed that cutting weight for the middleweight division led to a severe eating disorder, impacting his performances. Struggling with the extreme weight cut, he went 1-3 in the division and admits that it affected his mental health. Craig will now be fighting in the light heavyweight division once again. He's set to face Rodolfo Bellato at UFC Fight Night on May 17th. He went on to say, I had a run at middleweight. I originally started my career as a light heavyweight, had a very good career, and decided, you know what? I could take advantage of being 6'4" and take it down a weight class. So I ended up cutting an extra 10 kg of weight. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was. I ended up having 4 fights at middleweight. I won one of them in London last time out. My other 3 fights I lost, but I was up against really good opponents. So I decided it was probably better that I move back up to light heavyweight. I had developed a really bad eating disorder, as well as moving down to middleweight. It seems a much better fit for me at light heavyweight. I'm in a weight-based sport, so I have to watch calorie consumption. I also have to go out and parade how I look, so you end up with not just having not only an eating disorder, but how you look. I want to look good. The last thing I want to do is look out of shape. All these negative things play on you as a fighter, so what you need to do is ask, what's best for my mental health? Staying at middleweight definitely wasn't the best for my mental health. Alexander Volkanovski made an appearance on Demetrius Johnson's YouTube channel this week. Volk is currently scheduled to face Diego Lopes at UFC 314 next month for the vacant featherweight title. He says for this camp, he hasn't touched alcohol in 13 to 14 weeks and hasn't even had a single cheat meal.
No. I mean, I feel like you can make 135. I'm just saying, I mean, coming out from 205 down to 145, and you're 36, you seem like, you know, you don't have a hard time. You can cook for yourself, cook healthy meals. You ever thought about trying to make 135?
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty heavy set. That's the thing. Like, I look small for the division, but I'm heavy. You know what I mean? I actually do quite a big weight cut. Like, I've got Geordie, the fight dietitian, who looks after my nutrition, my diets and stuff like that. And because he does a lot of the UFC fighters, and he's got a lot of the numbers. And I'm up there. Like, I'm up there when it comes to percentage. I'm one of the top. So, which is weird. I think that's because I love my food and I like to leave things. Like, I'm known for being, you know, quite professional and work ethic and hard work. You know, I'm known for that. Everyone knows that I go above and beyond, but I probably could do better with nutrition and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, because I love my food. Even with the nutrition, I would snack probably more than I was meant to, because I knew I'd get the weight off. Yeah. Like, I knew I'd be resilient enough and I would have the mental strength. Like, I don't care if I've got to cut 20 pounds in the week or whatever, I'll get it done. So like, which is not good because, you know, but I mean, at the same time, yeah, I could have probably got the weight a little bit lighter, which now I'm doing. I'm actually doing that this time. I feel like I'm finally probably, you know, I've always went above and beyond everywhere else. I'm finally going above and beyond with nutrition and maybe I haven't touched a drop of alcohol since 13, 14 weeks out from the fight. And I'll drink, yeah, which is massive for me. So like, and then even a cheat meal. I haven't even had a cheat meal since then. I decided, you know what, I'm not even gonna have a cheat meal, which is, I go nuts with my cheat meals, mate. So it's, yeah, quite surprising. But I mean, now the weight's just, it's coming down perfectly. So I'm ahead of schedule and I'm gonna keep that going.
Jamal Emmers defeated Gabriel Miranda via TKO in the first round. However, despite the victory, it appears that his cornermen were involved in a brief altercation following the stoppage. Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal was set to go down in the main card of UFC 314. However, during UFC Mexico last night, it was announced that Jeff Neal is pulled out. Prates will not be getting a replacement opponent. However, after the news broke, he posted this to Instagram. He wrote, "News and good news coming soon." It is also being reported that Jamal Hill may be out of his main event fight against Khalil Roundtree at UFC Kansas City. However, nothing is official just yet. Rumors suggest that Jamal is dealing with an ongoing leg injury. However, he has not released a statement on the matter. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Shara Bullet saying that he hopes Dricus du Plessis loses his middleweight title, and Dricus is firing back and mocking Shara about having one eye. The first one's from Mike Maggs. It says, "No offense, but Shara can't talk about DDP after losing to MVP." The second one's from Lil Bro 2557. It says, "DDP comments back to Bullet got me in tears." And the final one's from Blueprint GB. It says, "Dricus be cooking." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.